Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are learning cloud container services, that is containers, Dockers, and Kubernetes. So let's start. So let's start with understanding what is containers. Containers are just like lightweight, standalone, and executable software packages. But what does mean by lightweight, standalone, and executable software packages? So it means that these are the packages in which all the files, libraries, code, system tools, and settings are packed in a container, and then you can deploy this container on any machine, on any architecture, or any operating system. If when the container was not there, we faced the problem that if we want to deploy our application on any another machine, it creates so headache for us. So then container came in the picture. It includes everything needed to run the application, that is code, runtime, system tools, libraries, and settings, everything. Now, if we talk about benefits of container, so there are four main major benefits of containers. First is portability. It means that Uh, as I told you, containers can run on any environment, any operating system, or any architecture. It enables us to not worry about the architecture or machine of uh, on which our application is going to run. We have to simply pack our application into a container. If we talk about next benefit of container is that it provides isolation. That means we can run different applications in isolation on a single server or single machine, which improves security and privacy concerns. We can create separate containers for separate applications. Next, that benefit it provides is efficiency. It uses less resources than compared to VMs because we can do the similar work with VMs, but VMs use their own operating system, their own system tools, libraries, which takes lots of space. So they are somewhere inefficient if we talk about space in servers. And if we talk about our last benefit is that scalability. Containers are easily scalable across different environment. Means you can run on any environment and you can scale on any environment seamlessly. Now, let's move forward and talk about what is Docker. Now, let's understand what is this Docker. Docker is an open source platform that automates the deployment of application inside containers. Now, as we have understand that what is container and what does it do, but how we will do this. So we have a platform for doing all this packing and unpacking means creating and running and managing our containers efficiently. That is Docker. Docker, it allows for creating, running, and managing containers efficiently. There is a Docker Hub which provides a repository for storing container images. Means when we pack up our application in a container, if we want to shift it into another machine, we create a container image and we can then easily shift it. We can then easily shift it to the another server or another machine. If we talk, what are the key components of Docker? So here is the main component that is Docker engine. Docker engine is the core component that enables containerization, means it helps to create containers, manage and run containers or application inside containers. Then the next component is Docker images. As I had told you earlier, that Docker container images are or Docker images are only the blueprint for containers for creating the container on another machine or another operating system. Then if we talk about Docker Hub, it is the repository for storing the Docker images. There, the next component is Docker Compose. It is a tool for defining Multi-container application means if we want to deploy multiple containers on a single server, then we can use Docker Compose. And Docker Swarm is a native clustering and orchestration tool. Means uh, I will explain you further also what does mean by clustering and orchestration tool. But here I can say that orchestration means if we deploy different parts of our application in different container and we want to uh, enable communication between them, so it is helpful. It can be done through Docker Swarm. Now let's move forward and understand what is Kubernetes. Kubernetes is an open source platform for automating deployment, scaling, and managing containerized application. It orchestrates containers to ensure application reliability and scalability. It means that Kubernetes is an autom is an platform which help us to create communication and deployment and scaling between different or multiple containers. It means that if we are working on a large scale project and different teams are working on different parts of a project like front end, there is a different team for front end and different team for back end. So we can create different containers for different components of our application. And when we want to create a communication and or we can say assemblance between different components, we can use Kubernetes, which helps to easily manage containerized application and create orchestrates containers. It was developed by Google and it is now maintained by CNCF, that is Cloud Native Computing Foundation. So let's talk about some features of Kubernetes. It enables automated scaling. It scales application based on traffic's or load. It is it provides self-healing, means it automatically replaces failed containers and creates another container from its container image. It also provides service discovery, that is, it has built-in mechanism for finding and connecting services. That I told you that if there is front end and back end, it will automatically find and connects the different components. And it has the last feature is that load balancing. It balances the load across different containers. Next, now let's understand what is the key difference between Docker and Kubernetes. So Docker, it mainly focuses on containerization of individual applications. Means on first, it mainly focuses on creating containers, running and managing containers of a individual application. And if on the other hand, if we talk about Kubernetes, it orchestrates and manages cluster of computers containers, which helps to create a communication channel between different, we can say, different containers. So, in simple words, Docker can run containers, but Kubernetes manages cluster of Docker containers. This is the main difference between Docker and Kubernetes. So, if we join both of them, it will be the best combination for us because Docker is used to build and run a containers while Kubernetes manages an orchestration. So together they will form a powerful system for developing, deploying, and scaling cloud native applications. So let's talk about some real world applications. For example, the Netflix as we use nowadays so much. It uses containers for streaming service scalability. If we talk about next example, that is Spotify, it also leverages Docker for microservice architectures. And the third, you have listened about Airbnb. It also uses Kubernetes for container organization, orchestration and production. So thank you. This is the whole video on containers in cloud services. Containers, Docker, and Kubernetes are revolutionizing how applications are deployed, developed, and managed in the cloud. So, by leveraging these technologies, companies can achieve greater flexibility, scalability, and efficiency in the cloud. Thank you.